What is poppin'? I need a sound check real quick. Because I don't hear the sound myself, so I'm not sure. What's going on? This could be. Hey Lazar, can you double check for me the sound of the music? Very important because I have you hear me, but do you hear music also? Background music. Let me know what the volume of that thing is, if it's good or bad, not quite sure. So I can control stuff. Okay. Man, my PC is lagging. There's an M2 MacBook coming in. It's coming in. Because this is so fucking laggy. It's insane. It's a little loud. Is it? Is this better? Wait, let me open up my own stream real quick on YouTube because ah man, streamer shenanigans, eh? Yeah, this guy streaming. I think it's fine. Should be fine. I'm so sorry for this technical interruption. Okay, cool. So we good, right? This is okay. I think I did all my administration stuff. Do I need to do something else? I'm gonna restart the music like this, so I don't need to. All right, cool. Yes, what is up? Tell me everything. What are your feelings? How do we feel today? How do we feel yesterday? And how are we planning to feel in the next couple of years? Tell me everything. Okay, we see Lazar. What's up, man? Mr. TM Black Warrior. What's up? Dan TDM Black Warrior once again. Ryan, what up? Bonjour, my friend. Comment ça va? Ça va bien. Okay, cool. And I'm still a little bit worried about the music again. It's gonna be this. It's fine. It's all good. If something is wrong with the music, if it's too loud, let me know, please. Let me know. Tinker Bay, what is up, man? Let me please know, because I'm completely unaware of what happened. I think everything is fine, right? So today, I'm gonna show you some stuff. You speak Flemish, of course. Of course I speak Flemish. It's my mother language. Flemish. Vlaams. Vlaams. That's what I speak. The language of the warriors, right? All right. So we are basically in Hollywood, yes. And I have this branch which is faster in mode. It's not loud at all. Not loud at all. It's fine. It should be good, right? For the people. So I have this branch faster in mode because, like I said, it's going to be the fastest actor framework in Go for sure. There's no doubt about it. And maybe faster than other languages also. You could say, yeah, but rest. Relax. Calm down. Calm down. We don't have crazy stuff. So let me open up the problem here. First of all, let's do the bench test here, like this one. Right, so I started... this is remote messaging, right? That basically means... get a message, get a bunch of messages because we batch it. I did so crazy things over the last couple of days. It's insane. Let me open up my inbox, and this inbox has the disruptor, the Lmax disruptor, which I completely modified a little bit. And so we do. Look at this. This is the consume function. And it takes basically batches of messages and it will invoke that into a process, right? I'm calling invoke here, which is basically an interface, which will basically invoke it, and then I do some other crazy stuff. Just check out the source code. It's not on master yet. I will push it very soon. And then I'm basically serialize it, completely compress it manually in Stream Writer. Hey, what I did here is this is the crown of the, how do you say that? The crown on the jewel on the crown, the pie on the strawberry on the pie, something like that. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff to basically minimize the size. We're gonna minimize the size to serialize in Protobuffer. So I came from 18,000 nanoseconds to 5, and now I'm at 2. Actually, I think I'm at 230 nanoseconds right now, with 2 allocations. That's still 1 allocation too much, but I need to figure out what's going on. What up, Hassan? But I do a lot of stuff also with Protobuffer. Let me open up. What's this? Too big. Where is this thing? Remote. So you see, I have remote PB. I'm using DRPC also behind the scenes, right? No gRPC. DRPC. This is my default ProtoGen Go shenanigans, but then I also have ProtoGen VT Proto, which is another compiler I use on the side to compile it even better without reflection. Yeah, without reflection, so it's even faster. And then what I did is I completely created my own simple proto registry instead of using. Let me open up the code before real quick here. Hollywood. Let's go now. This one. For the blind homies. Wait, this is still the old one? Not quite sure. Let me see. Where am I? Remote. Yeah. Here. Serialize. So you need to understand that what Proto... We need to check the Proto registry global types, find message by name, Proto reflect full name, type name. This thing, then this thing is fucking slow because the Proto registry itself is using a mutex to lock it for the dumb people. But we only basically register a type once, so my map is lock free. And here we call Proto and Marshall, and in the new codes I call serialize. You see, it's still borked, right? I'm using what is this bullshit? I'm using unmarshall VT, and that's the problem that it brings today, which I'm gonna fix. That's fixed. All right, cool. Just a second, I'm getting some messages. Business on the fly. I need to multitask business, people calling me, and all that stuff. Yeah, all right, cool. The problem is that if you want to use... So everything is going to work perfectly fine until... Look at this. I have this thingy... this is from the examples. So if I go run examples, remote, test, no, client, no, server, main.go, right? It's going to boot up a server. And then I'm going to do the client. I think it's already here. I need to be careful with this repeating my history so I don't leak. I don't know what I'm doing in my terminal. I'm going to start the client, and then you're going to see the given message is not a proto message with sender, which is because I'm using normal Protobuffer compiler here. Look at this. Examples. Remote. Message. You see, it's the normal Protobuffer compiler. So that basically means that people that do not have the VT Proto compiler, it's unusable. Hollywood is unusable for people with a normal Protobuffer compiler. Although it's going to be a little bit slower. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have support for normal Protobuffer messages and VT Protobuffer messages. And then after, I'm going Ah, this error. And then I'm going to fork VT, because VT Proto is faster, but it's not. I see in production we modified this double. We modified this already, so we are already double as fast as VT. I think we have the fastest Protobuffer compiler of the whole world. Nobody has it because we do custom stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fork it. I'm gonna do the stuff with buffer pools and everything. So it's gonna be insanely fast. And I'm gonna embed it into Hollywood so you can compile, if you have Hollywood fetched, you can compile it with Hollywood itself. That's the end goal. That's the end game. That's the raid boss. And then you're gonna be fast. You're gonna be faster than Rust. For sure, because Rust doesn't have that optimized Protobuffer shenanigans. Rust probably doesn't have an Lmax queue. Even though Rust should be technically be faster, but still people are using nasty stuff in Rust, so you're not going to be fast. It's going to be the fastest thing out there, right? And I'm going to publicly, if it's done, publicly publish the benchmarks in the GitHub repository. I have different music on, by the way. I have completely different music. You guys have something from Artlist, and I listening to Lost in Space. It's some trance stuff, you know, from back in the days when I was younger, when I had hair. Yeah, when the girls still loved me. All right, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So how are we gonna do this? I have no clue, guys. It's gonna be all improvisation. It's gonna be boring, maybe. But hey, it is what it is. I need to do this work, so I just open up the stream and you guys can, whatever, hang out. So, stream writer stuff, yada yada. Look up bits, look up type name. That's not what we need. Where do I serialize the shenanigans? Here. Look at this, guys. Ooh. You could actually, this stuff, you could say, what the hell are you doing? But this stuff basically reduced amount of time spent with a magnitude. It is what it is. Hey, this is the culprit. Marshall VT. That's a problem. The cool stuff is that the envelope, remote proto actually, this envelope here, with this proto-lint shenanigans always, this thing will, this can be gone, this thing will be serialized with VT Proto by Hollywood itself, but this message, this bytes here, this bytes will be serialized with either your, if you have proto with your normal Protobuffer compiler, with the normal Protobuffer out spitted code or the VT thing. So that's what you need to support, right? If that makes sense. Why can I not? So what I think we need to do is call something like stream, something like serializer of encoder, encoder dot, or marshaller, I'm thinking, dot marshal, something like that. The problem is that, Hassan is getting clapped on the cheeks by Nightbot. The problem is that Marshall VT works completely different than Proto shenanigans. Let me open up my, where is, did I close this? You see, Proto, bytes error, proto marshal, and then you have PM, proto unmarshal with this thing. It's completely different. That's so annoying. Why every library needs to do something different? Why is that? And now I need to fix it. Now I need to fix it. Can I close all this thing? Probably here. Boom. It's gone. Wait, can we use it for JSON Marshal and Marshal? Nope, it's Protobuffer. Alright, so we have this stream right? So pit, inbox, yada yada. What are we writing actually? We are invoking a slice of message envelope. Ugh, this is gonna be so hard. Maybe we should only oh wait a minute. Wait. Something I needed to do is this one, right? Remote register. That's my own function for register the proto message. It's a little bit annoying. It's the same thing like GOP encoding does. This is for basically because VT proto does not have a proto message name. And it does not register it automatically. That's a problem. So that's why I'm gonna fork it and embed all that stuff inside of the compiler, so we don't need to do it manually. So that's gonna be register type. This is gonna be, what is it actually? What type is it? A message. MSG message. It's gonna be a problem, right? It needs to be an unmarshaler, right? And an unmarshaler is the VT shenanigans. That's why it's not supported. Fuck me. God damn it. So it's either gonna be this stream MSG Marshal VT or BR Proto Marshal stream MSG, right? You see that are the two basically interfaces, right? You know what I mean? And you see that they are basically not compatible. So now we need to design, now we need to think about, and that's what the hardest part, right? Implementing is easy, but it's like this thinking about what could be a good interface where people could make their own serializer. Let's open up Serialize here because I'm completely gone. So we're gonna say type a remote serializer. Serializer like this. There's gonna be an interface, right? It's gonna have, of course, a serialize method. And serializing is basically, I think we should return two things, which is gonna be a slice of byte and an error. I think it's gonna... So if you think about it, if you want to make a proto serializer, you could do type proto serializer is going to be a struct, right? You don't need to have anything in here. And then we could say func P or S from serializer. It's going to be the proto serializer. Actually, don't. Could be this, to be honest. We implement the serialize. We could wrap it with a function. We could have some data in here, which could be, I don't know, a proto message or something, right? Something like that. It's gonna return byte error. And then we could do something like return proto Marshall P data, right? Something like that. That could be a proto serializer, right? Something I don't like is that we, yeah, it's fine. We don't need to allocate this. We could allocate this on startup here on the stream writer. That's fine. To be honest, why should a serializer be an interface? Damn it. I'm thinking about making it a function. And I'm thinking about a case where we need state. We don't. We could easily make this something very simple. Something like that. Type serialize func. And you could have proto-serialize. Proto-serialize is the easiest one, right? Bytes, error. Going on here, thinking too much. It's gonna be this, right? Copy this, paste that in. Proto-serialize func, p data. Wait. Oh, wait. We need something, right? That's what we're gonna take in. Wait, I think it could be a proto message for everything. Can we cast this message to something else if we want? We can. Is there a way we need state? If you don't need state, we actually don't need a strict, right? We don't need an interface. Or we need. Maybe people want that. And if you want a VT serialize func, VT VT proto serialize. Of course, we need to have a proto message here, right? Proto message here. Interface stuff, guys, very important. Very important. Byte error. Using that all the time. I'm using it all the time. My whole Hollywood is interfaces, inboxes, processes, everything is interface. And I refactored a lot, and thanks to the interfaces I have, I was in a good spot. Of course, you could see in process, sometimes an interface, look at this, start pit, send, invoke, shutdown. You can see that, for example, the response. If you really want to see something fancy, check how I solved the request response with this thing. Response is also a process, but you see, shutdown, start, and invoke. We don't use it. But hey, it's the name of the game sometimes, right? What's going on? I'm going to close all this stuff here with the mouse. So the VT Proto Serial is going to be a completely different. Open up the stream writer real quick. Actually, to be honest, yes. Yeah. Here. It's going to be stream MSG Marshall VT. So that's going to be this, right? It's going to be return MSG Marshall VT. Marshall VT. Problem is, this is a proto message, not a marshaller. So what we should do is if VTMSG, okay. And now we have actually a problem. I just thought about something. What happens if we want to support both serializers? I just think about something. Like me, myself, if I'm going to build with this thing, I'm going to use VT Proto, of course, it's faster. Then I need to set the VT... Because maybe there is a way we have one serialized thingy. I have a better idea. I'm always full of good ideas. VT message. Okay. It's going to have to be a message. It's going to be a marshaller. Should be a VT marshaller, by the way. VT marshaller, VT unmarshaller. I'm gonna cast it to a VT marshaller, okay. Actually, to be honest, if it's not okay, I'm gonna return. Actually, that's so bad. What's going on here? Wait, actually, return VT MSG Marshall VT, right? This one, perfectly fine. Otherwise, we're gonna return null. FMT error F. Message is not of type VT marshaller, right? Actually, to be honest, you could do reflect type of MSG, something like that. Relfact, reflect. All right, that's that. Let me quickly see what's going on here. Okay, fine. All right, cool. I'm gonna close this because the font is too big and it's annoying for you guys, I know. We need to give the option, to be honest. Look at this stream writer. I want to give people the option to write their own serializers. That's the thing I want in the thing, right? It's open source code. It's some kind of an engine, a framework. You need to give people the option to do anything. You can make your inbox yourself, your process yourself. You could do whatever you want with it. It's Lego. It's Lego blocks, right? So the stream writer is going to have a serializer. We could do search, but that's serializer is fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. I know what to do. I know. So we're gonna do this. You see, it's like a lot of playing around. That's how I do all of the time. Trying things out and come up with better ideas each time you. It's very important that if you want to design something, you try to write it like you're going to use it yourself, like how you would like to use it, and see what kind of struggles you encounter, try to fix them, and then think about it again and iterate until you have something. So we're going to make something like a serializer. That's going to be an interface. If I can type. I went to the movies today with the kids, so I did not type a lot. Serialize interface. So we're going to make one function, serialize. Actually, I want to... going to take in a message, which is going to be a proto.message. That's something that's very important, right? Because if you are using VT Protobuffer or normal Protobuffer, it's going to be Protobuffer... maybe somebody wants to have another serializer. Maybe somebody wants to write, I don't know, message pack. Maybe somebody wants to use JSON. JSON. I don't know why. Who's going to use JSON? It's so fucking slow, but hey. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to use his own encoding. You see, this is a very important... people will think the stream is garbage, but this is a very important stream because if you're in your job, let's say you're at your job, your day job, and people ask, hey, can you write a serializer for our Protobuffer shenanigans because we're going to use VT Proto, this Proto, Proto this, Proto that. And then what you're going to do is maybe, oh yeah, I'm going to make it a Proto message because we're using Protobuffer. But what? In 2 weeks, your boss... Hey, James! Bad news. We're going to use message pack. I just decided that. Not with you, because we don't care about your opinion. So we do our meetings with other people, and we decided that we're going to use message pack. I know you write this Protobuffer serializer a couple days ago, but we're going to use message pack. Right? We pay you, so you do what we say. And then you say, listen up, idiot. No problem. Because I made a serializer that can take anything. You know what I mean? No proto message. It's going to be an any. Any mit. Byte. Right. Of course, we're going to have a deserializer. Actually, to be honest, I want one interface because... How do you guys call something that's also a serializer and a deserializer? How do you call that? It's like serialization, right? Can the proto-serialized bytes let one identify which serializer was used? This David Schmidt, he knows what he's talking about. I'm so happy. David, you're on point. You don't need to send me anything. I would hire you directly just by this question. Because it's a very, very important question. And it's a very good idea. It's a very good idea. Because if you're gonna support both, if you're gonna make a general serializer, who's gonna tell us if you have multiple actors and then we have a cluster, right? We have a cluster of actors on different machines. Who's gonna tell us who's using what, right? Is everybody using Protobuffer? Is everybody using VT Protobuffer? Maybe some dude is I don't know, message pack or something. Who knows? If you want to be compatible with an old system or something, you never know in these times, man. So what we could do is in Proto, remote Proto actually, right? In this envelope, what we could do is basically this message, right? We should have a serializer ID here to do. Serializer ID. Something like that. How do we do that? ID. Something like that. So we know when a message comes in, we can read. Actually, to be honest, do we need to have it in the envelope? Yeah, we could have a repeated serializer IDs, right? Because the reason why I do this, this envelope with these repeated things, is because let's say we get a message from one other process sending us 10,000 messages, then we don't need to encode the sender and everything, right? Then we have just one sender with an index. So we could do it here. An array of serializer IDs. Serializer ID to do something like that. Very good question, David. I was thinking about this also. Marshaller and marshaller interface. Yeah, I know, but that's way too. I don't know. I'm just gonna make it serialize and deserialize. Something like that. Deserialize. I cannot see. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna deserialize. How is Proto doing that? And why is this still not removed? Probably here somewhere. Marshaller, yeah. Yeah, maybe a marshaller actually, I don't know. How did we do this? Proto and Marshall, data PM, you see? How are we gonna fix that? Let me copy this real quick. Now I'm fucked. My buffer is gone because of things. So VT does it like... yeah, I see it. It uses... it gets data and spits out a type. So I think if it gets data and spits out a type... what? So we need to have the data for sure, right? We're always gonna give it a type, right? Like an any and an error. I'm gonna delete this, proto serialize, gonna delete this, I'm gonna delete this. Proto serializer, that's for later on. Because if it's VT Proto, we could use this anything. We could call any, which is going to be a message, right? We could call any mid Marshall VT. Unmarshall VT, by the way. Right? Unmarshall VT with the bytes. You don't need this. Any bytes, so we're gonna say return proto message name. Nope. Proto Marshall. MSG, right? It's gonna be a problem because that needs to be a message, a proto.message, so you need to cast. Is it gonna panic? Probably, yeah. I'm so... If I was not on stream, I would do this. If it was not on stream. Dirty! If I was not on stream, I would do this first. But it's a bad practice. And I cannot do bad practices, right? You could do... What's gonna be the fastest? I could do something like this, right? You could do a switch statement also with a defaulting. I don't know what's the best. What's the coolest, right? You could do MSG type. What's going on here? Cannot even type anymore, man. Look at this lag. Type like this, and then you could do this. Case. Proto message. Actually, to be honest. And you could do a default with an adder or something, right? Did I have this adder somewhere here? Nope. Let's do a +v or something. Wait, we're gonna do just like that, right? Can we do string? Let's do the MSG. Fuck this shit. You're gonna drop it on YouTube? The video, the stream, yeah, of course, always. Always. And then we're gonna see the benchmark of these two, right? Of course, if you do a new stream, we need to fetch this serializer from configuration, right? If you make a new remote or something, you need to put the serializer into configuration. But for now, for testing, to make it lean and mean, I'm gonna say that the serializer is going to be this. It does not actually need to be a pointer also, right? It could be a proto serializer, just like that, right? Of course, it's not gonna work because we don't have this. Gonna be something the same thing, right? Gonna be something like that. Deserialize. Why I have so much trouble with these words? Deserialize is gonna be b bytes msg. It's gonna return an error. Something like that. Yeah, so this is a problem. This deserialize is pretty interesting, right? So right now what I have is need to be a pointer. Is that true? Why is that? It's dog shit, right? We don't have state, so if it's no state, this thing is gonna be smaller than 8 bytes, right? So then only need and Marshall. So we need to have the type, right? So to fetch the type, we need to have the registry. The problem is our registry is this proto reg, what I made. Proto-reg is my own proto-registry, right? It's completely broke right now because we are making things completely broken. That's not gonna work anymore. So we need to do this stupid thing once again. Look at this annoying thing here that I already have. Right? Paste it in and call it a day. Now we need to be very careful, right? Because you need to be proto and marshal data. Actually, to be honest, let's call it data. Yeah. We return the error here. Then we have M. What is M? There's a message. Type name. Shit. What are we doing? We need a type name. So the reason why this is so complex, right? The reason why this is not a normal, because if you worked with protobuffers already, you would say, what are you fucking doing? Well, the thing is, look at this. It's very important to understand. What's going on here? Why can I not proto here? So you need to understand that in this message, right? This is a proto message. So all these things we know the type. Proto knows this type name, right? This type name is message, right? Easy peasy. This is a culprit, right? This one. This is a generic data representing the bytes of the message that's being sent over the wire by the user, by the processes, right? We don't know what it is. It cannot be a type of, it cannot be an enum, it's just bytes. That we need to know how we are going to deserialize it. Like serialize is easy, right? It's just calling proto shenanigans thing, proto marshal or VT marshal. But if you want to unmarshal it, you need to know what type these bytes actually are, right? And normally, what Protobuffer does for you, if you marshal a type, Protobuffer will basically prepend some kind of a byte that it knows in the registry what to do with it, right? Like magic bytes, something like that. But we have that, right? We have these magic bytes of this type, right? We have these, and where are these? Well, it's here. Type name index, which is an int32. It's the lowest we can go, right? I would rather have this. Actually, an int32 is fine, 4 bytes. The type name index sits here in this envelope, which has a repeated string of type names, right? And now you can say, well, hey, why do you put a slice of type names and not put it into message? Well, that's if you send 10,000 messages over the wire and they have the same type name, and your type name is 10 bytes long, you're gonna have 1 million, or not 1 million, you will have 100,000 type name messages, bytes, encoded over the wire, which is completely waste of bytes, right? It's waste of bandwidth. It's super slow. So what we do is, if we want to send 10,000 of the same messages, we will have one array of one type name. And this message will just link 4 bytes to this type name. Big brain shenanigans. So this is basically this type name, right? So Okay, okay, it's fine. If these libraries just would have the same function names, it would be fine. But no. You have proto marshal and you have VT unmarshal and all that shenanigans, and they do the same thing. They do the same thing. I don't understand this. So deserialize will have a type name here, right? It's going to be a string. Like this, and then it's going to be fine, right? So this is our proto serializer. Let's make proto work first and then do VT proto. Because proto is what most of the people will use, and if I merge my branch with master, everybody's going to be borked if I don't do this. They mapped also here. What do you mean by that? Also here. And to be honest, a lot of these concepts I basically yoinked, right? A lot of these concepts I yoinked from reading other code, right? But there's a lot of my own. Is basically completely different than most of the. Yeah, somebody. Make the marshaller deserialize using message. I don't understand. What do you mean? Maybe I'm stupid. I'm confused. Right, so let's open up StreamWriter here. You will see what's going on here. So we're gonna have this serializer here. It's gonna be a proto serializer, that's fine. So we're gonna have some issues, right? So this thing, I'm gonna comment this in so I know, comment this out so I know what's going on. So we're gonna say BR. It's going to be how is it called? S? Serializer. Serialize. Is that thing? Stream message. The problem is, the stream message should be of any type. It's going to be actor envelopes. Stream deliver. Yeah. Sender target any. Where is the problem? Stream router. Everything is fine. Cool. Then we panic here. Why? What's going on here? It's an invoke, right? So if it's an invoke and we missed, the problem is the StreamWriter doesn't have restarts because it's a custom process, so we cannot panic here. Because you're not gonna restart, just gonna panic out. So we could do a continue. And then log error W. I'm gonna say StreamWriter. Yeah. What are we gonna say? Encoding error or something? Actually, this error will. Just like that. That should be fine. If this error is not proper enough, if it's not clear enough, then we're gonna change it. Then we can actually do. We can wrap it or something with something else. The question is continue good? Because you're gonna basically miss out a message. It's not gonna be deterministic anymore. If you send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10, to a process, and the process wants to expects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a sequence, and you have, for some reason, it cannot serialize this message, your process will be in an inconsistent state because it's expecting 5, but 5 is borked. So you're going to get 6, for example, right? And how many times is going to happen that you're going to have a serialized problem on one message? And only one message. It could be, right? It could be. So what are we going to do? Let's continue and see what's going on, right? That should be good. Christian, can you make? Could you make a more detailed video on how to structure your code file structure in Go, hexagonal, DDD, and clean architecture, more sources and contradictive to each other? Yes, because there is no. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Folder structure doesn't exist. It's a myth. It's for, I don't know, it's for you, I don't know, it sucks. YouTubers making videos about folder structures is a waste of time, because how do you make a folder structure? It's very simple, right? I mean, if you make a project, you are the Bob Ross of your painting. You have a blank canvas, you start with a blank canvas, and you do whatever you want, right? You decide where a tree needs to be. You decide where the little cabin goes, the little happy cabin, the cabin in the trees. You decide where your water, a river is flowing. You decide where the grass is. You decide where the rocks are. But you're not going to place a tree inside of a house, right? You're not going to place water in the sky and the sun on the ground. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. There is some kind of a coherent thing, you know what I mean? But where the tree is doesn't matter, as long as you don't put the tree inside of a fucking fish's mouth or something, you know what I mean? David Smith, message sequence numbering needed to determine the dropouts. No, it actually, well, no, but I think if I want to send, if I'm sending, let's say we have an exchange or something, a crypto exchange or just a normal exchange, forex or something, and some people is sending, some algorithm is sending 10 orders at in a certain sequence, right? It's algorithm determines, now I need to buy, now I need to do this in a certain sequence, and one of these messages is not coming through or something, he's going to get no response for that, he's going to be in an inconsistent state. But I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So for folder structuring, just you start in the main and you stay there as long as possible, because you're going to have circular dependencies very soon. And I have circular dependencies almost every day. Every day. I work in huge projects. I have them most, I think, every day. And I can instantly spot them, right? Because I'm coding something, I'm importing something, and then I see here at the top, look at this. Why is it doing this? I see here at the top some red line, right? Some red line here. And I know directly, oh yeah, it's a circular dependency. And then I need to fix it. Is what it is. And that's because too much folders. Too much folders. It's like woman, too much problems. The same in Go. The same actually in every single project. Too much folders, too much problems. The same as women, you know? Treating your folders wisely, happy life. Treating your wife wisely, happy life. Okay, we have some problems. Serialize. What is working here? This is serialize function. This is completely trash. They can be gone. This deserialize, we don't use it anymore. This VT thing, let's stick it in. That's going to be fine. Let's see the folders here. Protoreg problems. It's It's all good. I'm gonna comment this out. Register type. To be honest, I'm gonna comment everything here. Boom. Easy peasy. Remote test. Get him out of here. Remote itself. I'm using my mouse too much. Yeah, this register, I'm gonna comment it because this is for the VT Proto shit. So you implement at most once messaging. David, I'm not quite sure if we on the same page right now, on the same level. Maybe not quite sure what you mean. If you can elaborate a little bit more, because I'm a little bit confused. Maybe I'm not paying attention too much. I'm so sorry, man. It's probably my bad. That's fine. Then we have, oh my god, it's all red. Look at this. Remote Proto, that's this thing, is fine. Serialize. Benchmark serial. What's going on? What am I debugging? How do I turn this off? Please start. Shut up. Leave me alone. How do you stop this? Am I still debugging? The serialized test, we need to comment this out again. We need to make new tests for different serializers, right? Then we have this serialize. Register type, that's fine, that's fine. Then we have stream reader. Are we still working? Refactoring, man, it is what it is. Sometimes stream readers, we have problems with stream readers. Let's close this shenanigans here real quick. Register type, what are we doing here? Register get type, yeah, I see. This is the stream reader. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna comment everything out here. We're gonna do this because we can test this. We can benchmark already. We could benchmark the sending of messages over a remote, but only the first part, right? Only the first part. Actually, to be honest, it will basically block on receive. It will perform and receive, but not the serialization, right? Because we commented out. Now, some last struggles in stream writer here. Alright, so this is going to be, it's very important. So we need to have this type name. We're going to say proto message name stream MSG. So that's a problem. So very important is we need to have another interface in our serializer. It is what it is. It's so bad. It is what it is, guys. We need to have that. Oh yeah, you mean like this message delivery guarantees. Oh yeah, David, nice man. I think you're... What are you doing in your day job? Because it seems like you have a lot of knowledge about these things. And I just see a Reddit post of a guy that made a minimal, colorful Go logging library. Like, there are none. We have no choice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Message delivery guarantees. I think that could also be a USP of using this framework engine in the near future. Because what kind of framework, active framework? There are not a lot of good active frameworks, right? I think right now you have Proto Actor, which is what I'm using in production at the company I work for. And that's also the reason why I'm making my own, because we basically completely modified that thing because it didn't do what we needed to do. So if we can have some kind of message delivery guarantees, that would be nice. And I have some cool stuff actually. You need to, if it's not on the master yet, but you can check out if I commit this on my fast remote. I have some guarantees already in process here, because each time this invoke message, each time we're gonna recover, right? When a process panics, we're gonna guarantee that every message that's being sent is going to be delivered. And I have some nifty solution for that. I'm making a simple buffer into the process that buffers up all the message. It's pretty nasty. It's not. You need to check out the code. It's hard to explain because I'm using like the LMAX queue, and it's nasty. It's not nasty. It's just enhanced. And I basically buffer up all the messages, and then when I restart, right? When I restart, each time I start, right? A restart will call start on this process. I'm gonna check if I have a buffer of messages I still need to deliver, and I basically invoke all my messages, and I set the buffer to 0, which is nice, right? So you're gonna be a guaranteed. You're going to be guaranteed receiving all your messages, even if your process panics. Isn't that amazing? You can panic 10 times, and after 10 times you recover, you're going to receive all your fucking messages. All of them. Hey. I spend a lot of time in this, man. Yeah, so what we need to do is this. We need to have a message name. It's important because we need that. Like, it is what it is. How are we going to say this? Serializer. Type name. What do you think about that? Type name based of the message, right? That's what we're going to do. Based of any. It's going to return a string. Everybody agree? Everybody happy with this? So we're going to say, for the proto, it's going to be easy, right? It's going to be the proto serializer. You're going to say type name of message any. It's going to return a string. And we are basically going to do stream writer. We are going to do this one, right? This string. I know nobody can see it. Me neither. Copy this. Paste it in here and return it. And this is also something we can improve. What's going on here? Like that. It's going to be stream, so that's going to be message. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, everyone. Man, hey, it's a panic, right? I mean, if you have a proto serializer and you put a non-proto message in your proto serializer, you're basically complete. You're an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what it's like, but it's like if you know, if you're gonna pee in the toilet with your eyes closed, they're gonna be piss everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere. It is what it is. Of course, wait, that's not true. In an ideal scenario where you already prepared yourself, right? You made sure that everything is, as a man, we know that sometimes it's in a special position. If you take out of your pants, for example, it's going to be in a special position because it's very flexible. If you make that scenario perfectly fine and you close your eyes, you can pee in the toilet without any problem. We are men. We have this kind of a sense. We know where we are. We know where it's heading. But if you close your eyes and you're gonna open up your pants and gonna take off your whatever you have on and you're gonna pee, without modifying the state of your gentleman, your little gentleman, it's gonna be everywhere. You can basically peeing on your own face if you don't watch out. That's the same thing with this thing, right? So don't put JSON in a proto serializer. You know what I mean? Come on. Hey, let us be honest, right? Let us be honest. And if you want to be F-type safety, guys, you want to be safe like a little baby in the mother. How do you call that? How do you call where you if in a baby you're in a mother's this thing? How do you call that? Well, if you want to be in that thing for the rest of your life, then you can code in Rust or something, right? we do whatever we want. In Rust you don't. Alright, type name. So what we're gonna do here is basically, instead of doing this nasty stuff, the WOMP and the WOMP. Right? If you want to be in a WOMP, go to Rust, right? Because if you use unsafe code in Rust, you're gonna get clapped on the cheek by the whole community. They know where you live, they're gonna kill you. Proto message, stream message, that's not gonna be. We're gonna say it's gonna be the stream as serializer. Look at this, how beautiful. Serializer type name of this message, stream message, right? Maybe it's too long. Is it too long? It's fine. WOM. The WOM. I never heard of this thing. The WOM. The WOM of a woman. That's why they call it woman. That could be, right? Maybe it is. Woman. I don't remember anymore. Like, hey, guys, I have this crazy theory, man. I have this crazy theory. Because I can remember a lot of stuff in my life. I have this crazy memory. My girlfriend, she doesn't remember anything. It's crazy. It's like, but I remember everything, almost everything. But what I don't remember is the most traumatic experience in your life is being born. I don't remember anything. So, am I actually born? Are we born? Are we actually born? Who's gonna prove to you that you are born? That you came out of a belly? Who's gonna prove that? Is it Philip? Maybe people are just all your mother and your father. Maybe our parents are just actors in our own life, lying to us. I don't know, with cameras and everything. Sometimes I think about myself, but I'm completely crazy. You're spawned in a simulation. It's crazy. The simulation thing is something I'm very interested in, and quantum mechanics also something I'm very interested in. Not quantum mechanics for all that stuff, but because for because life is I cannot explain it, but it's crazy. And also the Egypts, man, the Egypt pyramids, that's crazy. That's something I cannot understand. I watch too much Joe Rogan, man. It's crazy. That's the only thing I watch. I code, and if I go to sleep, I watch Twitch stream or something, or Joe Rogan. With all these things, it's crazy. I cannot believe that the theory they come up with, they say, yeah, but it's like the planets came together, and how do you say that? The Big Bang, right? The Big Bang, and there was life and microorganism, and it's too good to be true. You know what I mean? The whole story they tell us when you were at school, how life originated. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. It's impossible. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The same thing. The same thing with space travel. We cannot go. We cannot go further than fucking the moon. They don't allow us to go. It's the same as in a game, right? If you're in a game and you fly up, at a certain point of time, you're gonna hit the barrier. You cannot go any further. I think they don't allow us to go any further. They just said, here's the moon. That's something to explore. Enjoy this on this piece of shit rock. Enjoy there. You can do that, but further than that, you can't. Humans can, right? They send satellites, but and these explorers, these little robots on Mars. But who's telling you that I don't know, man. Yeah. This website, this guy. I was looking for this document. I need to know that. I know this guy. It's the old guy with his beard. This guy. Yeah, I know. I saw an interview of him, and he was talking about that documentary, but I cannot find it on Netflix because it's full of garbage from my kids and other things. It is what it is. So if you can give the name of this thing, because it's crazy, these pyramids, man. I think too much on these things. Some people don't think about it, but I think a lot of how this shit comes together, because I don't believe anything. It's crazy. It's too good to be true. Okay, cool. Let's get back to business because I want to finish this. So serializer. You want the link? Yeah, but probably Nightbot will not allow it. So if you post it on Discord or something. To be honest, I think way back in the past, I think we are eliminated. I think we humans or civilizations are eliminated a couple of times already. And it's just a matter of time. Because it's just a matter of time or we are also gone. We are just completely scraped and everything starts again. It's the same thing, and it happened. It happened. I'm pretty sure. We were much smarter than you think. But smarter in another direction, right? We are very advanced species right now, but we were much smarter, but in another way, in another kind of path. I think we have one path of science, like this theory of Einstein and all that stuff, like relativity and all that shenanigans. And now we have quantum mechanics, and they are stuck, right? And that's one path. But who's telling you that maybe so many years ago people had another path of technology, a completely different thinking process, right? Yeah, I know I'm gonna love this documentary, website, but I couldn't really find it. It's amazing. All right, I think we're good, right? Everything is kind of, this is red, but that's because it's fine. So make test is gonna fail. So what I'm gonna do real quick. What I'm doing here. Yeah, I can do it in two things. So I'm gonna boot up my bench thingy. Go run. Bench, receiver. May not go. And I'm gonna try to test the bench, right? So I'm gonna open up this guy. Bench test. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah. So you see, now we have 3 allocations here. And this is 345, right? And normally we're sitting at this, right? At 271. But now we are sitting at 345, which is 221. So I'm going to do a couple of benches. And my PC it's full of garbage, right? Everything is connected. OBS. Docker is probably running in the background. So now we have 2 allocations. Yada, yada. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Sometimes we have 3 allocations. Sometimes we have 2. It depends. 3. It's around 330, right? 330. That's basically Protobuffer serialization. Okay. Yeah. Next on the chopping block. So wait. Now I'm gonna do the deserialization for yeah. It's gonna be the stream reader, right? Stream reader, this guy. Let's close these guys here. Yeah, we don't need this anymore, right? I think we could do something like... Shit. Hey, no, guys, listen. I just thought about something. Serializing is in the stream writer. Deserializing is in the stream reader. Completely two different things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split that up. Just thought about something. Serialize like this. So we don't need to have deserialize. We need to have a type. I like marshaller more, to be honest, but maybe we're gonna deserializer help interface, and I think the type name is going, yeah, it's fine. Deserialize, right? That's that. Well, we can have proto serializer also as a deserializer, it's fine. Who needs the type name? The serializer, right? Okay, cool. So the stream reader look at this, it's a very lonely boy. Look at this, the DRPC, remote unimplemented server, and then a remote. That's the only thing it has. Hey, this is what it is. I don't like this. We will fix it. Deserializer is going to be a deserializer, just like that. That's going to be a proto serializer. It's fine. Hello, Anthony. May I ask you, Kridery? Of course you can. You can ask me anything you want. I don't have an OnlyFans. Yet. Yet. I can show my feet. Alright, so what's going on here? Yada yada yada. So we're gonna do S. How is this thing called? R from stream reader. R.deserializer.deserialize the MSG. But that's not true because we need the data. Is this one? We need the T name, which is MSG. Envelope, type names, MSG type name index. It's gonna be the T name, and then we're gonna have the message itself. Nil. This is crazy. Something is not quite right with this deserializing thing. What's going on here? Oh yeah, we don't need it, right? We don't need this. We don't need this. Ha! So we find the P name here in the thing. For V proto, we're gonna find it in the registry. So that basically means that we don't need a message here. We don't need that. Because this is very slow, right? I think. That's why it's not good enough in Proto. VT Proto is better. So DC, because we're gonna get the type name. Yeah, I think we can do the deserialized stuff a little bit better, right? Instead of doing this, what I'm gonna do is returning any here, right? Any type and an error. That's what we're gonna do. I think that's better. This just sucks. Because both of these serializers, serializers should basically be, it should know. It should know based on the data and the type name. It should perfectly know how to, if you have data, if you have bytes and you have the name of the type, every deserializer should do whatever, they should do anything what they want without any problems. So this PM, so we're going to return this with null, right? That's going to be perfectly fine. And then we don't need to do it this here, so null doesn't need to. But that's going to return basically the name. Could we do message here? We can, we can't. VR is going to be this. If R, can I copy something? This one maybe. If R is not null. We're gonna log with this error. I'm gonna close these things here. Close all, boom. Unmarshal error, that's gonna be serialize error. Deserialize error. Return. We cannot return here, can we? We can. It's Protobuffer, right? It's the DRPC response. And then we have this V. I think we can do this. Target is envelope target, yada yada yada. Then we're gonna send remote send local target payload sender. Let's call it payload then. Yes! And we don't need this. Registry get type. We don't need that. Boom. Target, we don't need that. T-name, yada yada yada. Target, let's tidy it up like this. Boom. For envelope. Boom. Chuck. We should be good. And now it's going to be much slower, right? If you now benchmark it again, it's going to be much slower. Look at this. Protobuffer. Proto garbage. Can be some optimizations, right? Here and there, that's fine. Look at this, I was at this. You see? This was basically what we have right now, right? I think this was my benchmark at the same stuff. I think I basically fixed some allocations. But this is with the custom registry and the VT Protobuff. This one. And then if I refactor the VT Protobuff, compile a little bit more with buffer pools and everything, we're gonna be below 200 nanoseconds for a thingy. All right, Sidri, Krideri. Anyway, I'm currently working in front end for 1 year and want to try out back end side of stuff. And I like Golang, but basically no one is looking for Go devs in my country, only PHP. Yeah, but Golang, the Golang side of things is there are a couple differences between backend and backend, right? There is a couple. There's a big difference. You have web developers and you have web developers, right? Which basically develop for the web. Basically, a lot of things are developed. Actually, everything is developed for the web, to be honest. But you have developers that are basically making the backend side of a web application. For example, you have a simple app, or you have a company, a SaaS company, and basically everything is made with PHP or with Next.js or with Ruby on Rails. And I think these are the best tools for that job, because you're gonna move very fast and A lot of things is being done for you. You're going to make a lot of money, and you don't need to hire developers because you can do anything yourself just by using Ruby on Rails or Laravel or something, or Symfony if that still exists. I don't know, or maybe a Next Reacting or something, Next.js or Svelte or whatever it is. If you use these things, you're golden. Right? I'm going to give you one advice. If you want to make money in your life, if you want to build things, if you want to get hired as soon as possible, if you want to make a startup yourself, stick to PHP, stick to JavaScript, stick to these frameworks, and fill your fucking bank account, and don't listen to anybody else. There is no need to learn Rust. You're gonna get bankrupt, right? Nobody's hiring you. Nobody cares about you, right? Rust is a fugazi, right? Let us be honest. Why? Because I built 10 startups before you finished your first. It is what it is, even with performant code. So that's actually it. That's if you wanna be a web developer, backend and frontend. It's use your PHP, go to Laravel and all that stuff. But if you wanna learn systems programming, distributed programming, more low-level programming, and that's basically you have your web components, which is a front-end and a back-end. So you're a full stack. And then you have a layer above, which is tools you use to make that thing, to make your life easier, right? Tools. Because if you're a startup, let's say you have a very... what I'm going to tell you is true, right? Nobody's telling you this, but Amazon, DigitalOcean, Versal, how's the other thing called? Heroku, all these things, serverless functions on AWS, you're gonna get bankrupt if you use them. If you have a successful company that needs to send a lot of data and is very compute intensive, you're gonna get completely bankrupt. You need to use bare metal servers yourself, right? Because a lot of people a lot of these people here, they live in the bubble of YouTube, right? The bubble of Kubernetes and auto-scaling shenanigans on AWS and let's deploy on DynamoDB and all that shenanigans on AWS with one click on a button. If you do that, you're gonna get completely bankrupt and you will have no money anymore, right? That's one more thing. So then you have the people, the backend people, the step further that basically make these distributed systems. It's also for the web, but it's a different it's a different breed. It's a different species, right? And most of the time, it's very hard to get hired. It's also very hard to get fired, but it's also very hard to get hired. Because because it's a binary thing. It's a binary thing. Listen, programming is very binary. If you're either a beginner programmer and almost God level, that's 99%. And they all get a job in web dev directly. You make your CV right now, tomorrow you get hired as a web dev, right? Front end, a back end, Ruby, whatever application, writing some APIs, you're going to get hired directly. PHP, JavaScript, Python or something, right? And that's basically from beginner to 99%. From beginner to kind of senior, right? And then you have the other guys. And that's why Rust is not good for most of you, right? Because Rust at its core is not a bad language. But listen, if you want to get hired for stuff that I'm doing, you could say it's not true, but it is. So listen to what I'm going to say. You need to be 1% or you're not getting hired. It is what it is, right? If you want to get hired as a Rust developer, you need to be a top tier Rust developer, right? You not need to be somebody, I cannot do a little bit Rust because I'm a weekend warrior. No. And I made a simple project. No. You're not going to get hired. They don't going to do it. It's the same thing with low level programming, like all these distributed systems. You're either going to be somebody that's insanely good with a track record, an insane track record, right? Then you're going to get hired or you're not going to get hired. That's the way life is going to work for you. And most of the people, they sit in the from beginner to senior. But it's not because you're a senior, you're going to do stuff that I'm doing. Forget about it. Forget about it completely. It's not going to work like that. You need to be a step above senior. You need to be some people will never go out of the step. Some people will never reach it. And that's not because they're not smart enough. Don't get me wrong. It's not because people are not smart enough. It's because people do not take the time to become one. People do not take the time to become one. That's the problem. That's the culprit of that thing. Here's what it is. But if you want to make money fast, don't do stuff that I'm doing. Use a framework. Build a startup. Bootstrap it yourself. Work hard for 4 years and sell it. All right. So, Jules Michael. Yeah, at previous company, some people want to get serverless, but after I showed them how much it would cost, they shut up. Yeah, people are, yeah. And even serverless, I mean, serverless is the biggest joke of 2021 or whatever fucking year it was invented, 2020 maybe. I think just before Corona or something is getting hype. It's complete. It's a complete joke. And all these guys on the advocates, these serverless advocates on YouTube, they are so stupid. They are legit idiots. Because why are you an advocate? Because you suck at coding, right? It is what it is. Do you think they make a lot of money because they are the developer advocate and they need to travel the world and tell about how good their product is? They were ex-engineers, but they are so garbage that they now need to be an advocate with a less paycheck. I don't understand. And they say that serverless is good. It's bad. It's slow as fuck. That's the first thing. It's completely slow, right? It's not serverless because it runs on a server. So I don't know what and what does it benefit you? Because I don't understand. I don't want to go into this discussion because it's already burning inside of me because it's just complete trash. Serverless. It's it's so bad. It's just again another thing, and all this Kubernetes, and I think it's nice Kubernetes, but it's also, guys, and Docker. Maybe Docker is kind of nice, right? Because it's nice for development, but guys, and I mean, come on. I mean, for some cases, Kubernetes could be nice, right? If you have a good DevOps team, it can be worth it for sure, right? Because it does a lot of things for you. It's good software. That's completely true. But it has its use case, right? Some people are running 3 containers in a Kubernetes cluster. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? If you have 50 containers or something, and you have 4, 5, 6 containers of each for load balancing, then it's okay. But some people have seven services and they run it in a Kubernetes cluster because it's cool, and they get bankrupt. You know, they get bankrupt. The company's out of business after a year. And then you have this guy, Peter Levels. Do you know him, Peter Levels? Look it up, Peter Levels. Then you have this guy writing PHP with plain jQuery, like no React or something, just plain vanilla JavaScript with vanilla jQuery, and he's making millions with all these projects in a single file. in a single fucking file. Index.php. Or how is it called? Index.php. How is the start thingy from? I think index.php. Making millions. Look that guy up, Peter Levels. And you, people come and all the people are bitterly discussing about, oh, you need to have Rust and this and that and serverless and Kubernetes and whatever the fuck and all that bullshit. And then there is one guy making millions with PHP, with one PHP file and vanilla JavaScript. And you guys make 60k. Holy shit. And getting depressed by all the tools and all the paradigms they are whispering in your ears. TDD and hexagonal this and all that stuff, right? That's all these guys on YouTube. It's amazing. Wait, 500k followers, 750k followers, garbage videos. They have no clue what they talk about. But they, of course, they make money and I not. That's also true. So they are smarter than me, right? Hey, it is what it is. They are smarter than me. So yeah, this is basically slow, right? That's what we know. But the cool stuff is, I think, or is my tester gonna work? I'm not quite sure. Maybe some race stuff, race conditions here and there. It's my... What's going on here? My system is borking. It's probably my remote test. Let me test the... Go run example. Remote. Client. No, I'm gonna start the server first. Server will go, boom. Wait. That's it. Examples, remote, server, no. Clients. Again, type please, may not go. Shit. Shit! Something is wrong, but that's fine. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I need to double check that. I'm almost there, right? So I'm gonna take some time to answer some questions because I'm completely whacked. Almost there. So I think maybe today or tomorrow I can merge this remote thingy into the master. That would be nice. Big update. Jules, Michael, same with people asking for the best Go project structure and software architecture. Who cares really? Just go flat and make money. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah, just make a folder when you think you need to make one. Yeah. Or if you can separate them for a very good reason. I don't know. I have big projects, right? Let us. What's going on here? Oh man, there's always discussions. I'm actually literally I'm so sick and tired of that, man. It's the all the time. It's the same bullshit. It's the same questions over and over again. Not on my stream, but I mean in general on Twitter and everything. It's like everybody's discussing about the same problems, right? The same bullshit. I've written Rust, right? I've written Rust when 5 years ago, man. I mean, if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, About Rust, I wrote this Rust. It's the second time that I do this on my stream, right? That I show this on my stream. It's the... There's a consensus algorithm in Rust. I mean, what's this reading list? Shut the fuck up. So I wrote a lot of Rust. I worked for companies that used Rust, and I can tell you it makes no sense at all. This language, it makes no sense. Hey, the idea they have, it's a big idea. The language is too big of an idea. Some guy smoked too much weed, and now you have this LLVM based, I think it's LLVM based dog shit thing, right? Where nobody knows what's going on, nobody can read it. Nobody understand what's going on here. I mean, nobody knows. Arc new. I don't know anymore what it is. Me, I don't know. Map ID. Okay, I know what it does, but arc new, mutex node news, clone, parentheses all over the place. It's dumb. This language has done for me. It's completely. I'm bury it to the ground. Never make a video again about it. It's bad. This is what it is. So folder structures. Let's see GG Poker. What do we have in GG Poker? We have 3 folders. 3 folders in GG Poker. 20 stars, by the way. 21. So we have deck. 3 things. It's so slow. Peer-to-peer. Everything from peer-to-peer is here. Right? Atomic, game status, message players, the whole shenanigans, everything network is here. Boom. Even my to-do. And then I have, what is this? Proto files, right? Easy peasy. Right? There's no need to structure this more, because people would say, yeah, maybe we have a server folder and a player folder and maybe a transport folder and maybe some helper. Stop it. You're already fired. You're already fired. The first guy that comes to me and say, hey, how do I need to fired? Get him out of here. You know what I mean? This is a big one. HBBFT and Golang. This is crazy. 5 years ago or so. You see, it's all in one thing. This is a nifty project, man. It's crazy. This project, this HBBFT won 50k 3 days. I made 50k, 50,000 G's in 3 fucking days. This project, because I won the bounty for it. Hey, this is what it is. Sometimes you're lucky, eh? Sometimes you're lucky in life. Can I give more examples? Hey, this is the blockchain. This is the blockchain project. It's very big. A lot of lines. API core crypto network types util. That's all I have. And then I have one main, probably, where I bootstrap everything. I bootstrap the whole shebang in main and call it a day. Take the money and sip margaritas on the beach. I added one more star to GG Poker. Atticus, you didn't fucking start it already. Atticus, man, what's going on? You should start everything. You're the gatekeeper of my whole stream all the time. Kamal is here. What up, man? Out of all the language in the world, and chooses to speak facts. Yeah, man. Because like I said, I don't care. I mean, I'm actually hoping the day I'm getting cancelled by people. I hope there is a day so I don't need to do all these shenanigans. I like to do it, streaming and all these videos, but for me it's also a burden sometimes, right? Because like I said before, YouTube was an accident. I don't want to be a YouTuber. People want to be YouTubers and they have 1,000 followers. I don't want to be a YouTuber and I get 7,000 followers in a couple of months. And the only thing I do is talking bullshit, you know what I mean? I don't have any planning or scripting. I don't make thumbnails anymore most of the time. I just put the video online. I don't never edit. I just call it a day. It's raw. It's raw content. It's real. It's as pure as it can get. You know what I mean? As pure as it can get. The real life. This is the day in the life. You all see these videos, day in the life. Day in the life. No, this is day in the life. The struggles on my stream. That's day in the life, right? Because you see, oh, I'm a software engineer, you have meetings. Fuck me, I never do meetings. I did a meeting yesterday. That's true. I did a meeting yesterday, but we do only meetings once in a, I don't know when we do meetings. It's new for me, but hey, it was cool. But it's a different level. We work on a different level. That's completely... It's a completely different meeting. We shut up and we listen to each other. That's what we do. Oh, yeah. So yeah, projectees. What do we have? Let's see. Avalanche, GG Poker, email clustering. Hey, look at guys. Hey, here. How I used machine learning to classify emails and turn them into insights 6 years ago, before the AI hype. Guys, you're too late. Like I said, I'm setting trends. I was there. I was doing AI. I even have a Curve Fever, a game that trains itself to play Curve Fever here in my repos. What do you guys think? I'm the real deal. Like I said, I'm the undisputed champion of coding. It is what it is. Basically, there are maybe 5 people on YouTube, on the whole YouTube, that are real. And I'm one of them. All the rest... they're dog shit, right? You know what I mean? They make cheap dopamine videos, right? They make entertainment. They don't have anything to back up. It's basically also... Wait, this article should link here. Here. It's linked. Look at this guy. 2017. I made a complete article, guys. A complete article on how to do this, written out. I have 309. I don't even look at this. I don't have my password anymore. How many things? 2K claps. 2K claps. I have 2K claps of this thing. You know? Hey, and not Chat GP3. Chat GP me. ChatGPT me. What are you talking about? Where is my GitHub? I'm gonna show you something else. Let's make it bigger for the blind homies. Here, I'm gonna show you something else. Here. How does your contribution look like this year? How many days did you skip? I skipped 2 days. I skipped 1st January and the 6th. And all of the others. Ah! This is not true. I swear to God that I have contributions on this Sunday. I swear to God, this is not true. It's maybe a private contribution. That could be a private contribution. It's private. Private. Anyway, let me show you something. GG Cash. Wait. Here, this is a thing that basically I didn't get hired by this. I remember. I needed to do a project. A test project for a company. And I did this alien invasion, and they didn't accept me. The motherfuckers. Look at what I did. These idiots. Because it was over-engineered, they say. It was over-engineered. Motherfuckers. But hey, they're probably bankrupt, so it doesn't matter. GS Collect. Where is my thing? I want to show you something. I also wrote Elixir, by the way. Way. 2018. When everybody was still in his diapers. Shitting in their bed. I'm looking something. What's going on here? Where is my curve fever thing? Here! Reinforcement, curve fever. I hope it's some code in it. Yeah, man. This game, 6 years ago, this game trains itself on a neural network. I made it 6 years ago because AI, I'm already expert in it. Hey, guys. Hey, 6 years ago, nobody was talking about AI. I was already training my own games on AI. What are you talking about? You guys have no clue. You guys have no clue. It's in Python. You think I only write Go? Yo, guys. Hey, guys, listen. Check this game. Look at it. Check out this repository. It trains itself with. So it basically takes pictures of. What I do is I process the frame. So it takes basically images of the game. And it trains itself based on these images, on what position it is on the screen, based on images. That's what I do. That's how it is. This is basically you can actually not find this on the internet. To be honest, this is all, nobody's doing this because they don't know how. What do I use actually? I have even saved networks. No, it's not. I don't have them. ConfNet, TensorFlow. I'm using TensorFlow. Here, weight variable, bias. Conv to 3, max pool 2v2, create graph, bam. Inputs times bias times inputs is outputs. No, I swear to God, I was an expert back then. TFNNL. Look at this. Hey. Man, if I would make these streams when I'm doing this, I would be so fucking... I would have so many followers. In Python, man, I would be the bomb. I would be a multi-millionaire. If I make a course, if I made my courses and I do courses for Python, and I would be... Actually, to be honest, I'm stupid. I'm the most stupid person on the planet. Because I could already be a fucking multi-millionaire. Not multi. In spe. in the making. If I would just play the money game, I swear to God, if I played the money game, give me 5 years and I was a multi-millionaire of YouTube and of courses and of everything. But I don't. I don't do it. I don't know why. I could do it so easily. It's my daughter, by the way. This is what it is. Anyway. How do you compare Elixir with Go? I'm a big fan of Elixir. Elixir is a great piece of technology. But Elixir is nice, right? It's cool. It's Erlang on a syntactic layer, right? And Erlang is a pretty good piece of software. I love Erlang. Like I said, I love the actor model paradigm, right? That's exactly what Elixir is. Elixir is, right? It's an actor paradigm with all processes and isolated processes. And of course, in Erlang, they have an isolated memory stuff. They are completely isolated from each other, which of course in Go, we cannot do that. But in Erlang it is, because it's running on a VM. It's very fast, it's very good for tail recursion. It's optimized for tail recursion, so recursion is very fast. In Golang it's not optimized, so it's going to be slow. But in Elixir you can do that. So functional programming, nice to learn. It's a complete different mindset, thinking process. But if you really want to make money, I would not learn it, right? Like I said, it's Elixir the same thing. It's the same principle. You're either gonna be hired because you're top tier, or you're not gonna be hired even if you're mediocre, right? It's binary. JavaScript is not binary. You're trash, you're gonna get hired. You're a specialist, you're gonna get hired. The same with Python, the same with Go, actually. but not with C. Elixir, Erlang is not going to happen. You're either going to be an expert and hired, or you're going to get fired. It's a very binary languages. Can we have gens to server supervision for Go routines in Go? Like I said, hey, Sia, I already have it, man. Look at this. Hollywood, that's what I'm building. This is the actor model paradigm in Golang. It's the actor model. It has a supervisor and everything. Look at this. Wait, here. I have a test, an engine test. I did it today, actually, this test. Look at this. Test restarts, right? Test restart. I'm going to send 3 messages, right? I'm going to send 1, 2, and 10. And if it's not 10, I'm going to panic. Only if it's 10, I'm going to say finally processed. So it's going to panic 2 times. It's going to panic 1, panic 2. Then it's going to have 10. How is that possible? Because I'm restarting the process. The supervisor restarting this process. Look at this. If it's... You see? So starting, restart. Starting, restart. And then finally processed all my messages. Even if you're panicking your code, it's going to reboot and going to be guaranteed to receive all the messages in a nice test. Look at this. I made this. I'm so tired. Whee! Yeah, baby. And I'm gonna make a big update, maybe tonight, but I think tomorrow somewhere. I'm gonna merge this branch into the master. Where am I? Here. Fast remote branch. I'm gonna merge that in. It's gonna be fast. Oh, it is this guy. Okay, cool. Yes, are there any questions, my mans and my girls? If there are any more questions, Remco Eldenbos. Remco, I would love to speak in Dutch to you, man, but maybe I should do in Dutch, in Vlaams, Remco. No, man, thanks. Because Remco is telling me in Dutch, he said, I'm learning a lot from your channel, because there is a lot of real content to learn from on YouTube. Thanks for your time to create this. The pleasure is mine, Remco. The pleasure is mine. Remco from the Netherlands, probably. Because in Belgium we don't have people that called Eldenbos. Edelenbos. Remco is kind of Dutch name. And then you combine Remco with Edelenbos, you know you're from the Netherlands. It is what it is. Like my last name is completely trash also. Not that your name is trash, but I mean my name is also not the best name. Like if I was a professional footballer, I would be terrible. My name is so terrible for being a professional football player. For being a professional anything. That's why I'm calling GG. Because my name is so bad to be famous. It is what it is. Like Messi. It's perfect. Lionel Messi. This is amazing. Or all these football, these these players. They have Maradona. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It has some swag to it, right? And my name doesn't, right? So not have the best name to be famous, to be honest. Miss the stream so much, too much work. Hey Kamal, you need to take some time, man. You need to take some time to hang out. It's fine, man. It's cool. I'm tired. I'm gonna eat again because I'm in the bulking. I'm bulking, man. I'm weighing almost 81 kilos. 81. And I'm a very small guy. I mean, short. Not small, but short. Not... So I'm bulking, and then probably in 2 months or something, or maybe in a month, 2 months, I'm gonna try to cut the most fat off. Let's see where I'm at. You see this? You see this? It's some volume. You see my shoulder in it? I don't know if it comes to streamers. I don't know if you can see it on stream, but I have some. I'm a unit. You know what I mean? Look at this. Maybe I need to make this rectangle a little bit bigger in the near future, so I can spread my wings. I fly like a bird. My name isn't good for being famous either. Chase Nanatovic. I'm not quite sure about that. If it's Nanatovic, I think Nanatovic. Is it from Croatia or something? Nanatovic. I think it's cool, man. I wish my name was Nanatovic. Nanatovic. Hey, perfectly fine for any kind of sport. Nanatovic for football, Nanatovic for tennis, for everything. Chase the Slayer Nanatovic. Perfectly fine for in the UFC. All good. Because I think in Croatia they call ich everywhere, right? Perisic. And all that stuff. They call ich. Alright, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, thanks for taking your time to watch my bullshit on YouTube. And hey, for the people I really want to level up, check out the Patreon. And jump into the Discord community, give me a thumbs up. And if you have some space left on YouTube, you could also subscribe to me. Not quite sure if you have space. Only if you have space left, right? Don't subscribe to me. Only if you have space left, right? If you're not full of subscribe thingies, then you can subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you don't do it. Doesn't matter. Watch all these others with their... give them priority because they will... It doesn't matter. Guys, see you on the next video, next stream probably this week. And like I said, thanks for supporting. And if you want to talk to me, jump into the Discord and we can, I don't know, we can hang out, right? Cheers. Deadpool, one more thing. If you hear my name, you will be so grateful for your name. Is it? Oh, it's fine.